the third solar plane of the Lord Ithuriel, Archangel URIEL, the Gloinhiam solar plane, shiny silver-green crystalline, the Christnith ray of nature growth. Try and picture yourselves walking into a vast forest where the light is dimmed, not by darkness but by the lacy green foliage overhead. It is not as a forest, but everywhere has the appearance of a sunny live greenness of movement. The air is dripping in millions of dewdrops. This is not wetness but is the atomic makeup of the atmosphere. The foliage and vegetation are green, not blue, because they are absorbed and tinted with the green nature growth ray of Ithuriel. The trees are of great beauty and are lacy and web-like in their foliage. They do not have large leaves as many of yours of earth, but the leaves of the trees in the Gloinhiam solar plane are approximate to your maiden hair. Can you imagine millions of trees like that? The androgynous beings who live in this plane all wear silver robes, with a green band around the head, not as a flat band, but one which is composed of a chaplet of leaves as Ithuriel has upon the leaved solar headdress. There is great gaiety in this solar plane and much laughter, and a humming noise which is their singing. This plane may appear to you more human than the other solar planes, for they partake of constant joy, as is the heart of their great adept, Ithuriel. The buildings are different to those of the buildings on the other solar planes. They would seem to you to be constructed of growing things, and would appear as a picture in some stupendous fairy story, and now you can see that your earth fairy stories are founded on fact. The great temple is circular but differing in shape to those in other solar planes. This temple is beautifully and minutely carved, and is of a green substance resembling that which is known to you as jade, and is in the form of a gigantic bell or of an inverted lily. The formation of the inner part of the temple is much the same as the other temples. The great altar is in the center with a few steps leading up to it. This great adept Ithuriel, who celebrates at the rites of the temple, stands as does Josiah's, upon the altar. There is perfume in the Gloinhiam solar plane, far beyond the human senses of earth people, and of such exquisite beauty. Every type of flower grows in abundant profusion, in every color. Ithuriel, as all the other solar adepts, has complete command for God. He moves freely, because movement is of the solar planes. He is director of control who conducts the lectures in the colleges of learning. Each plane has its colleges of learning. The habitations of the people in the Gloinhiam solar plane are formed of growing things, small circular and conical erections, clothed in living greenness, such beauty hidden from earth mortals. Flowering trees are grown to form these structures, and in them the inhabitants dwell. There is of course no eating or drinking on any of the solar planes. There is one other great difference between the third solar plane and all the others, and that is there is no great organ in that of Ithuriel. In the temple of Ithuriel there are pipes, and the players of these pipes are the little people, known on earth as fairies, and who have their beginnings in this universe in the Gloinhiam solar plane of Ithuriel. Therefore, there is a constant piping, a tinkling of love and joy, which continually goes up to God. It is all fairy-like. You would think, were you to go to this beautiful place, that you were walking into fairyland. It is of such unspeakable beauty. The great adept who holds for God, the Christnith ray of nature growth, is the laughing lord of the solar planet, and it is through his control for God that you get such joy in growing things of earth. You always feel joy in your hearts in the sweet blossoms and their perfume, which found their growth in the heart of Ithuriel. There is abundant bird life of brilliant plumage. The small hummingbird of your planet is the tiny one of the larger hummingbird which first saw life in the Gloinhiam solar plane. It has no song, but its little heart is giving out in the beating of its tiny wings, an ecstasy of love in its worship for God.